Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sophia. I love all things yarn and crocheting. And today we have a very important task, which is to go through all of my crochet whips, my works in progresses, to decide if I want to finish them or if I want to frog them and give up on the project. It is a very, very gloomy day here. I've moved into one of the upstairs rooms, so hopefully it is better lighting than my bedroom, which is in the basement, to show all of these projects. But sorry if it's not a great background or if the lighting comes in and out because it is very, very rainy and cloudy today. Without further ado, let's start going through these projects. I'm going to talk about them a little bit and then we'll ultimately decide if I'm going to frog or finish them. I have no idea what's coming out of this bag. I threw everything into this bag, so it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for both of us. The first thing is a pair of socks. Well, it's not much of a pair. It's just a singular sock that's not even finished. This I'm definitely going to finish. I'm using Drops Nord, which is the white yarn. And then this is called DK, like SHHHDK yarn. Comes in so many cool colors and it's a really fluffy, fuzzy sort of yarn. So it matches well with the Drops Nord. Both of those yarns were purchased at my local yarn store here in Ottawa called Wool Time. Highly recommend if anyone watching is from the Ottawa area. But yeah, you can see I just have to do more of the leg portion and then the heel. This is an afterthought heel, which I think is a term more commonly used in knitting, but of course this is crochet. So I love how the variegated yarn and the stripes work. This is my second time doing a pair of socks. My first one was just like a trial. I'm loosely following a tutorial from Brianna K Designs on YouTube, and I also bought the written pattern, but that has a specific color work and I didn't really want to do the color work. I just wanted to do my own thing. So I'm doing some stripes, but it's following her basic like shaping that she does. But you can basically do any color work that you want. So I'll definitely be doing some color work charts in the future, just that I create by myself. And I did tweak it. So my first pair, I'll insert a picture of them. I liked it, but I wanted to make some changes, mainly that I wanted to make the toe bigger. I wanted to use the white color for the toe, the heel, and the upper band thing. And because I thought that using the multicolored yarn made it look just too crazy, like kind of like a gobstopper, jawbreaker, whatever it's called. And the other thing was that I wanted to do more decreases on the leg portion so that it would be tighter around the leg because the other ones are really loose. Those are the main changes. So you can see if you look closely, my decreases are kind of crazy, mainly because I'm doing stripes. And then you can see it's a much more severe decrease like so, but I think it's gonna work out. They do definitely fit over my foot, which is the main thing. So I am definitely gonna finish this one and then of course make the other sock. So this is gonna go into my finish pile. Also, if you see that, that's my dog bed on top of a bed because we were vacuuming earlier, so we moved it and I just never moved it back down. So sorry if that's unsightly. The next thing we have, I don't even know if this is a whip or if this is just a finished project, but it was in my whip pile because immediately looking at it and it's immediately going to be a no for me. I think this was also, I want to say that it was the DK, like the SHHHDK weight yarn. But I don't know now that I'm looking at it because that one looks a lot like, I'm looking at the ball of yarn for my socks and it looks a lot thinner than what this is. But I don't know what else it could be that is so color changing. Anyways, I don't know. I made this so long ago. It's supposed to be like a poncho. So there's a neck hole here and then this here and it goes like this. But I just don't like the colors. Like it's too striped and it's too uniform, as you can tell. Like it is a variegated yarn, of course, but it's so uniform that it looks like it's striped, like in the way, just like with making a simple panel as this is. And I put it on and it was very, very stiff. It's using moss stitch. I made another poncho. I don't think I have a picture of it yet because I haven't blocked it, where I did a double crochet and then skip one with like a chain one. So it's much more gappy and I'm much more inclined to wear that over this. I just don't have a use for this in my wardrobe, but I was following, like everyone was making them on TikTok and they just looked good and I just don't like this yarn or anything. So I actually don't even think I'm gonna bother frogging this. I think I'm just gonna donate it, or we'll see what I'll do with this, but I don't think I'll have any use for this yarn. It's not really drawing me like the colors and everything, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and donate that one. So that's going in a separate pile. So I guess we're gonna have 3 piles: finish, frog, and donate. Then we have this, which I was making, oh, stitch markers. I'm finding stitch markers everywhere. This is, I was using this yarn. It's a Karen Cakes yarn, and I believe it was from around Christmas time. So it has this like candy cane striping, which I love candy cane themed stuff. And this one is a lot less uniform, but it has an equally big problem, because why is there that big thing of white and then there's a big thing of red? Like, what's going on? This is not giving candy cane dreams that I wanted it to give. So I'm gonna frog this. Because I have so much of the candy cane yarn. I'm never gonna wear this sweater. Like, I can just know right now looking at it, I'm never gonna wear that. What could I make with it though is the question. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm gonna frog it because it is great yarn. So if I have enough yarn after this, like right after I film this video, basically, I think I'm gonna film another video where I'm gonna go through my yarn stash. And if I have, or maybe I'll do it like another day, I'm not sure, because I do want to frog this stuff before I do that video. But if I have enough yarn that I don't want, I might try posting it on Facebook Marketplace, or I have a local yarn group that I'm a part of where to see if anyone wants it, because I feel bad just donating it because they're just so profit. And I'm like, if I'm donating it, I don't get anything from that, which is not the point. But at least if I try on Facebook Marketplace or on the Facebook group, I can donate it for free and then no one has to pay anything, because I have a lot of good yarn and I just never use it because I've lessened, or whatever you call it, working with these thick pure acrylic yarns. Like, I don't really shop at Michael's anymore. I shop at my local yarn store, and I work with thin yarns now to make more knit look projects, which this clearly isn't. Sometimes, of course, sometimes I'm going to work with a bulky yarn. Why not? Like, I have some ideas in my mind, but this is not giving what I want it to give, and I'm never going to wear it. So this is going to go into the frog pile, but I do love this stitch. This is the herringbone half double crochet. And the texture is so unique, and I definitely have in mind making more projects with that stitch. I think I did start another one of these ponchos, but it's in this gray yarn, same stitch. I believe it's the moss stitch. I think I am gonna frog this again because I don't think I'm gonna wear this poncho, but I'm just doing it right now, just starting frogging it. I might, as bad as this sounds, I'm not super drawn to this yarn at all. It's not really a color that I would wear. It's not really a texture that I love, but it could be good for like a pair of masculine mittens. But I think, as bad as this sounds, I might just cut off the yarn and like throw this out, or use it as like a towel or something, because I have like this whole ball that's attached to it that I could make easily a pair of mittens or even socks from. This, I don't want to frog. Like, it's just not worth it to me because of how fluffy the yarn is. It's going to take eons. So that's going to go into my frog pile, but it's a little bit of a lazy frog because I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, and I went through a kick of making like these raglan sort of things that I'm just never going to wear. This, look how small I made this. I wanted to make the raglan, and then I was like, okay, let's go. And then I was like, okay, break off for the sleeves now. This is so tight. And also, what are these colors? Like, I just don't like these colors for a sweater, and I would never put this on. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, I have changed my style recently. I've been very more intuitive about what I'm buying and what I'm wearing. Obviously, right now I'm not looking too good. It's just my university sweater, but I'm just never gonna wear, like, I would never wear this even if the fit was correct. But let's take a look to see if this will frog easy. So easy. Look at that. It's literally coming apart like butter. It's not catching at all. So I definitely am going to frog this, and this looks like it would be a good weight yarn for some socks. And I would wear this as a sock because it's like a perfect pop of color that is kind of hidden, but it's just for you. But I wouldn't wear this as a sweater. So this will go into the frog pile. Okay, now we're getting into some bigger pieces. This is really dusty, now I'm noticing. A cable sweater, super stiff, very stiff, needs an aggressive block because I am using a 4mm hook with this rather thick yarn in order to get, smells not great. This was a yarn that was on sale at my local yarn store. It was, I believe, 3 balls that were about like this size. Like obviously this has been used a bit. Oh, that's not even attached. I thought they were attached. So that's, I can go ahead and just wrap that guy up and put it off to the side, considering that it's not attached at all to the project. Fibers are getting everywhere in my nose and everything. Ah! It was an alpaca yarn. I think it's 100% alpaca, and it was 3 balls of that size for $15. So only $5 each, which was really good. But I can see why it was on sale. The staple length of this yarn is super small, which means it's a little bit fluffier, but it's literally just like alpaca hair. Like it looks like when you have cat hair everywhere. Like I don't know if you can tell, but I just pulled that out, and it's like getting all in my lip gloss. It's getting all on me everywhere. But the thing is, I got so far. There's like stuff falling all over the place. I got so far, and it is a really cool idea. I just don't know if I'll ever wear it when it's done. It's also like not a color that I gravitate towards. Like why would I make it in this color? I was mainly doing it as a test to see if it would look good for a YouTube video tutorial, which it does. Like I'm definitely am gonna make a tutorial, but I would just like a white cable knit sweater. Like I'm not gonna do anything with the green. So unfortunately, like that was a lot of time and everything, but whatever. Like you should frog rather than just like forcing yourself to finish stuff that you know is gonna have no place in your wardrobe. With that all being said, what am I gonna do with the yarn if I don't, because I bought it specifically with the intention of making this project. If I don't use it for this, what am I gonna do with this green alpaca yarn that's rather itchy? Give it away, I guess, because yes, I spent my money on it, but just testing. I want to see if it would be hard to frog. Oh, there it is. Or if it would be something that would just be better, like not wasting my time with. I don't know. I can't figure it out right now. I'm tied it super big, thick, but this is definitely going to be something that I'm going to frog, I think. Frog or figure out what to do with it. Yeah. Oh, so I am going to take out my stitch markers. I can't forget. So far, we only have one project that I'm going to finish, but I think there's going to be more down here. So this one is also super, super dusty. Working it up in Drops Nord. It is this dark green sweater. I finished the body and I'm just working on the sleeves, but I'm going to insert a picture of what I have intended to make with this. And I think I'm definitely going to finish it because I do still want that project. It is a very, very thin yarn that I'm using a 5mm hook for. Color 15. It is 50 grams is 170 meters. I don't know what that means, honestly. But yeah, I'm definitely going to finish this. My only thing that I will say is I am going to go back and frog the sleeve, I believe. Drops Nord isn't the best yarn to frog. Oh no, it's not that bad. Depends which one you're working it with, if you're working with another yarn. Because I don't know what I was doing with my decreases, but I don't like the way it looks. Like it looks kind of strange in my opinion, the sleeve. I don't know what I was doing. And I didn't stitch mark. Well, what the hell? So I just really don't like the decreases and I have no idea what I was doing and I can't find them all. So I think I was like just decreasing randomly. Don't know what I was thinking, but I'm definitely going to stitch mark all of them, all of the decreases next time when I do the sleeve. So that's the only thing, is I'm definitely going to finish this project. I started such a random time ago, long time ago. Yeah, I love it. I love the color. I love the concept of what I'm going to make with it. Obviously I haven't made my color work chart yet because that is a knitting pattern. But I'm going to frog the sleeve, but finish the rest of the project. So this is kind of a 50-50 sort of project where I don't really know what pile to put it in, but I think I'm going to put it in the finish pile just because it's just a little mistake that we have to frog back. We are getting slowly to the end of the projects. Next we have this sweater. Again, mainly I make sweaters, looks like, which is really thick. It's using the Lion brand Heartland yarn. So it's kind of like a tweed style, thick, but not suffocatingly thick. I'm using a 6mm hook with this. And I have finished the body and I'm working on the first sleeve. As you can see, this is what it should look like, unlike my other sweater where I was using a stitch mark at every decrease. So I know what I'm doing and where I'm doing it. I'm decreasing 2 every 5 rows. So it's still quite big. I definitely want it to get a lot smaller. And sleeve is probably a third done. Maybe a little bit more than a third. So I'm going to keep doing that style of decrease. And I do kind of want it to have a tighter sleeve. I'm someone who doesn't really like a straight sleeve or a bell sleeve. I like a sleeve that's like this. That is definitely tighter at the end. And of course I'm going to do some cuffs at the end. What else do I have to say about this? Oh yeah, and what it's going to be is I'm going to do a tulip surface embroidery. Not embroidery, I don't know what it's called, where you use a yarn with a tapestry needle and go through and then make your color work after the sweater is done. So it's kind of boring right now. I'm going to do a tulip, a nice tulip on the front there, just like a big tulip. I could have done the color work as I was working it. Honestly, now that I've gotten this far, I kind of regret not doing the color work like that, but it is what it is. And it's really unmotivating to work on right now because it's the middle of summer. It's super, super hot, but that is definitely going to go into the finish pile. No changes need to be made, just have to finish it. Okay, this one is my current whip that I'm actually working on the most because I'm on a trip in almost 2 weeks and I really want to bring this. I'm basically just making a basic t-shirt. So I have broken for the sleeves. As you can tell, this sweater is huge, but it will fit. My arm is like here. And I've just broken off for the sleeves, as I mentioned, and I'm going to keep going down and down in the body. This is worked in a cotton yarn, so it has a bit of a rustic look. As you can tell, the cotton yarn is like this because I actually frogged or like unraveled a thrift store sweater that was from Forever 21 because it was cotton yarn. I'll put a picture of what it looked like. I owned this sweater and I wore it and then I was like, I'm not wearing this sweater ever, but I like the yarn. Let me unravel it and I'm going to get a lovely t-shirt out of it. So I've worked through one whole ball and this is the second ball. And then I believe I have 2 more or like 1.5 more. So we're going to see if that's enough. If not, I'm just going to do it in another color. That doesn't really faze me. I can add some embellishings to make it look intentional or it'll just look cool. I don't know. We're going to see. But this is what it looks like now. If I'm getting to the point where I'm running out of yarn, I might even do stripes. Like if I'm even getting to the body and I'm like, oh, I don't have any more yarn, I'm like here, which I don't think is going to be the case. Then I can start doing like some stripes with the 2 yarns to kind of make it look like a intentional sort of stripe and then continue in the yarn. I might do a brown yarn. I could do a light brown or a dark brown. Honestly, all that I think in my mind that would work with this, because it is like a cream rustic color, is a brown. I don't think working with another color would look good with this. So brown or maybe black, but that's a risque. Been trying to get away from wearing too much black. This is definitely finished, no notes. The only thing that's scary is the potential to run out of the yarn. This one is sad and it's also a little bit of a story. Well, it's not really that big of a deal. So I had been making this sweater and it was taking forever and I didn't like it. And I had begun to frog it. As you can tell, it's like raglan style. Working increases. It's cool, but the way that I was doing it, like look, it's so slanted because I'm doing crochet working in the round. And that makes it super, super slanted. And it's taking so long to frog because what I'm doing, and I love these colors, like I still would make a sweater with these colors, but what I would do is instead of doing the stripes that way, I would do the stripes this way, like horizontal stripes rather than vertical stripes. I was working with this blue yarn I got at a yarn, I don't want to say festival, because it was just some booths in a church from an independent seller. Forget the name, sorry. And of course, the favorite drops Nord in the red. Here's where the issue begins. I had begun frogging it, and silly me, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just putting stuff in a big pile and not focusing on it. And then when I tried to roll it back up into the ball, I think I did it in a wrong way, where it became this mess. Mainly the issue is the mohair sort of style of yarn, which is such a big mess. Like it's literally impossible. The red I might be able to salvage, like the drops Nord. This is definitely going to be a frog because of what I said, like I had already begun to frog it. What I'm going to do, because I made a mistake, it's fine, I'll admit that I made a mistake, but I also don't want to spend hours of my life trying to untangle this. This is going to go in the garbage. I'm going to cut off where the yarn is now, continue to frog and do it in a proper way so that the yarn is maintained. Cut this off and try to maybe salvage as much as I can of this big mess, but whatever I can't is just not going to be. This one was totally fine. Like this one I was able to roll up completely fine. It's this that made the mess, and I don't even think I started working on the red. So that's going to be a frog. I love the sweater. Like those colors together are so stunning to me. Obviously I said I'm trying to dress more simplistic. Maybe I didn't mention that, but I am definitely trying to dress more simplistic. That's not really going to help. Like that is kind of a crazy sweater, but I feel like it'll be better if it's horizontal stripes and just because it's not going to be like that crazy, like it looks like a circus, like it's like going and then the increases are like making it look, and it looks really cool. I think it would be better if it was like lighter colors, like those are such bold colors, both of them. But I do think that I would really still wear that sweater. It's just so cool if it was stripes this way. So that's my plan. And I don't know if I have a whole other balls of the mohair and the blue, like the blue style, because the blue is working two together and the red is just one yarn, but it works nicely. I have 2 more balls of that, but I was thinking if I run out of the blue, I'll just do something to make it look sort of intentional, and I'll get something similar to the blue. Like maybe I could do a light pink or a yellow would be maybe nice. Something that's like in the same scheme as that blue, and I'll just continue the stripes with the red in another color. I'm thinking pink, but I'm just scared that the pink is gonna look too much a gender reveal, you know, like a gender reveal party. Anyways, that's that sweater. Maybe I'll do a vlog on doing the proper one, but maybe not. We'll see. First I have to frog it, of course. We're down to the last few projects. This one I think is definitely gonna be finished. Well, I know it's definitely gonna be finished. I'm just working on a basic red cardigan. I haven't gone too far of the way, but as you can tell, I have one front panel and the back panel. So really what I need to do is I need to make the other front panel, I need to make the sleeves, and then I need to do attaching everything. So I'm just doing a basic, and I'm going to add buttons to this. I'll put a picture of my first time ever doing buttons, was just a few weeks ago, but I decreased here, so it's going to be like a nice this, and then the buttons are going to be down here. Probably I'll just try to find red buttons, I think would look the best, something to blend in. And I'm going to do a nice scalloped sort of shell edge and long sleeves, and this nice deep cherry red color just brings a pop of color to an otherwise boring outfit. So really happy with that, really excited to finish it. That is definitely going to go into the finish pile. Okay, this, again, another sweater. Seems like it's all that I make. It's in this fun, I believe it's also by Loops and Threads. It's a really colorful color. I'm gonna frog it. I am definitely gonna frog it. I did the body and one sleeve. What else will I use this yarn for? I don't know, a fun hat? I don't know what else, but I don't want this sweater. At least not with how it looks. I don't know if I have a picture, but there's a crochet sweater that I made that is my favorite, and it was in a different color of this yarn. But this is just like too tight. I think I made it too tight and too cropped. So, I don't know. I've just literally been having this sitting around for ages, and I'd rather just frog it. If I don't want the yarn after I frog it, we'll see if I'll frog it. I don't know. Again, with a raglan. This is Drops Nord. No, not even Drops or Nord. Oh my god, what's it called? The famous Japanese one. Noro. That's why I said Nord. Noro yarn colorway. I don't know. It was on sale at my local. I keep saying local yarn store. Am I gonna ever wear this if I finish this sweater? No, absolutely not. Let's just be 100% honest. I will never wear these colors. I bought it because it's Drops, because it's Noro yarn. Noro yarn is like so popular and so expensive, but it was on sale, so I got like 3 for the price of 1, I think, or even a better deal than that. Like, it was crazy how on sale it was. But it was probably on sale at the end of the day because it's these colors. The yarn is pretty thick. I don't think it would be good for a sock. You could make a hat. I just feel like it's a yarn that I don't want to get rid of. Like, why would I want to get rid of this yarn? But the colors are not there for me. The colors are really not there for me. So this is definitely going to be a frog, unfortunately. And I don't know if I will ever make a sweater with this Noro yarn because those colors are really crazy. Maybe I'd like the sweater. I'm trying to think, because maybe I would like the sweater if it was like more casual and chill, maybe like in a way that if it was like with double crochets and like gappy, like a double crochet skip 1 maybe for like a really loose, or just double crochet instead of this very thick waistcoat stitch. I'll have to think about that. I definitely don't think that's a yarn that I'm going to get rid of just because of the fact that it's Noro, but I am definitely going to be frogging that project. With all that being said, that's all the projects that I have currently. So let's do a final count. We have the one project that I'm just fully going to be getting rid of, donating. Don't want to bother frogging it because it will be so hard. Donating that, we have 5 projects that I'm going to continue being works in progresses: the red cardigan, the blue snow sweater, the black tulip sweater, the basic cotton t-shirt, and the pair of socks. 5 projects that I'm going to remain on the hook. And then we have 7 projects that I'm going to frog, which is so good, or frog or get rid of in some way. So glad to, technically 8 if we include the poncho thing that didn't work out. So glad to have those out of my mind that I don't have to finish them. So again, we have the poncho, we have the green cable sweater, red and blue stripes, Noro sweater, that random colorful sweater, the gray poncho, the candy cane striped Karen sweater, C-A-R-O-N, Karen cake, not Karen, like you're such a Karen, and the orangey colorful double crochet raglan sweater. That's the roundup. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and being here with me as I looked through everything. Hopefully it was mildly entertaining. Let me know if you want any vlogs of me finishing my crochet works in progresses. I'm already making a vlog for the tulip sweater, not making a vlog for the cotton t-shirt just because of how fast I need it to get done, and I honestly don't know if I'm very hopeful that I'm going to finish it. I'm going to try to work on it as much as possible, but my trip is coming up really soon. I leave 2 weeks from tomorrow. So will we be able to get it finished? I don't know. But keep in mind, I only started it on Sunday and today is Thursday. So I've been working on it for less than a week and I have that much done. And I have 2 weeks left. So in theory, I would be able to get it done. Other than that, nothing else is really in a rush. Like, they're mostly sweaters, which I won't wear for a couple months, really until like September, I guess, and it's middle of July right now, or beginning of July. So yeah, again, thanks so much for watching. I've been really getting rid of stuff and being so much more intentional. I've been doing a Marie Kondo thing, except instead of saying spark joy, because that doesn't really help me, because some stuff kind of, like, I don't know, that just has never really helped me. But I'm doing a would I buy this in the store mindset, specifically because I went through my closet. Sorry, my posture is crazy. I went through everything with my closet. I took it out physically. That really helps. I took everything out physically, and then I had to be intentional about what I put back in my closet. And I was like, would I buy this now if I see it in a store? And the answer for a lot of my clothes was no. So I've greatly reduced my closet. I've greatly reduced my books that I have. And the last thing that I need to reduce is my yarn. So that's my project for today. I'm so glad to have only 5 projects on my needles, on my hook, whatever. Thanks so much for being here, I guess I should say, and I'll see you next time.